This afternoon's programme, the first of this afternoon's main events, and this match will be divided by 1-4. Presenting and introducing, coming from the red corner, the colourful character, Riley V. And ladies and gentlemen, coming from the blue corner, wrestling's very own lumberjack, it's Jack Lumber!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Aaron X. Welcome back to Rumble Wrestling Promotions. It's time for another debutant. And you might recognise, of course, Riley V in the pink and white. One of the extremely talented youngsters of professional wrestling today, and really starting to make a mark is Riley V. They really do have a magnificent acumen for professional wrestling, but talk about a wild card of an opponent for Riley V in Jack Lumber making his debut, wrestling's very own lumberjack, the man with the biggest log in town, the tremendous Jack Lumber, looking to knock off Riley V, who's no stranger to a Rumble wrestling ring. He's had some magnificent matchups here on Rumble Wrestling TV, including an instant classic with Nino Bryan, and here he goes once again, taking his sweet time, might I add. Riley V, truly an enigmatic personality. They really do have a magnificent sense of ability for wrestling. But I tell you what, the attitude that they like to display, not necessarily one that is suited to the fans here in Ashford, particularly at a sold-out Stour Centre. Riley V with a slap around a pack of lumber. Jack Lumber's head, excuse me, and Jack Lumber. Extreme height advantage here, it has to be said, and potentially a power advantage, but Riley V is no slouch, and they look to build some momentum by coming off the ropes here. Shoulder block once again, and not able to move this big mighty oak that is Jack Lumber. I'll tell you what, Jack Lumber might be making his debut here, but boy, is he red hot popular with the audience. And now a shoulder block of his own just runs right through Riley V. I think they were looking for potentially a test of strength there to show off, and Jack Lumber has recognised the corner cam. He's always aware of the cameras, is Jack Lumber. He loves to make a good showing here in professional wrestling, and although he may be a debutant here at Rumble Wrestling, many years Jack Lumber has been working the circuits, working, well, many a field, looking to chop down many a tree in his pursuit of professional wrestling excellence. And now has Riley V caught between a tree and a hard place, and Riley V got caught coming in with the elbow drop. Very smart from Jack Lumber, the veteran, and a clothesline runs down Riley V. And now look at the power advantage here. One arm scoop slam applied by the lumberjack of professional wrestling. Referee Matt Wilson in charge of this one-on-one matchup. Now a shove and a lack of respect, and I think, oh, look out. And now Jack Lumber looking to tee off with some Dusty Rhodes-esque behavior as he builds to potentially a wood-cutting elbow. Oh, hello. Now well, Riley V put the brakes on, and I'll tell you what, very impressive striking acumen from Jack Lumber. Not entirely sure where a lumberjack would be trained so well in boxing, but obviously swinging that axe around all day certainly will give you a measure of how to throw a good hand at somebody. And now the Irish whip is reversed for Riley V, and Jack Lumber up and over, puts the brakes on, sends Riley V into the corner, and a stiff kick using the momentum of the turnbuckle has Riley V rocking and rolling back to the corner. Now looking to build up ahead of steam is Jack Lumber, and almost took too long, and meanwhile Riley V catches him coming in with that roaring European uppercut. Oh, they got caught there though. Crossbody applied, and exploder suplex position applied and delivered by Jack Lumber. Up and over goes Riley Lee, and now pinfall attempt from Jack Lumber. Referee Matt Wilson, and oh man, almost coming down for the 3 there. That's worth pointing out, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a 2 out of 3 falls matchup. This is a 1 fall to a finish matchup in our first half main event here at Ashford. Well, Jack Lumber is motioning for the woodcutter, of course. He's patented RKO-like finisher. And now, very smart. Riley Lee using the ropes to their advantage, and a vicious kick right to the face. And this is something that we saw last time out with Riley Lee. They have extremely educated feet when it comes to professional wrestling. Deep pin applied, and Jack Lumber able to escape. Just a 2 count only. Now Jack Lumber, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, being controlled and dissected by Riley Lee, who sweeps the legs out in the corner and potentially looking to build up a head of steam here is Riley Lee, set and ready, and just drives that posterior rather magnificently into the face of Jack Lumber. It's very obvious what was going on there, a serious lack of respect for their opponent. Riley Lee with a cover once again, just a 2 count only. Jack Lumber able to escape. A lot of people might be slightly off-put by the mentality of Riley Lee, who sends a bit of love to the videographer there, and understandably so. ANDMedia at ringside, alongside the magnificent photography of Tony Ham. You can check out the Rumble Wrestling Facebook page to see more content from both of those magnificent entities. And a lovely STO clothesline step over by Riley Lee. They've got the cover, and just a 2 count on, a beautiful counter into a Fujiwara-style armbar submission to Jack Lumber, who's in serious trouble here. Center of the ring. Beautiful ring positioning by Riley Lee, who truly is becoming one of the breakout stars of professional wrestling. A counter into the cradle pitfall, and able to counter it. Oh, wow, just a vicious forearm strike. Almost chops down the tree himself. Jack Lumber in serious trouble here, and so I was going to say last time out, we saw the educated feet of Riley Lee, and we saw it once again as they deliver a vicious PK right across the spine. Riley Lee, jaw-jacking our audience, who are red hot. They are all over Riley Lee. But whether you like it or not, talk about a prospective talent, talk about a real game changer in the game of professional wrestling itself. Riley Lee has all the tools, all the talent to go all the way, and is showing all of that wrestling acumen right now, dominating Jack Lumber. And now just... Riley Lee just rocked Jack Lumber with that shin kick right to the face. Well, Jack Lumber is seriously in a lot of jeopardy, to be honest, if we're being frankly honest about this contest right now. Riley Lee in full control, and now lovely variation of the abdominal stretch with a chin lock applied. A rather unique submission specialist as well as Riley Lee. Everything about Riley Lee super enigmatic, super unique, and now a lovely transition. Modified abdominal stretch, using the elbow as well to put a lot more damage and torque on the ribs and the lungs, and now just stretching out the long limbs of Jack Lumber. And maybe that's exactly what helped Jack Lumber get to the ropes, is indeed that gangly frame of his. And now, oh man, nothing fancy about that. You talk about educated feet. Riley Lee just drove their foot right through the face of Jack Lumber, who tumbles to the outside like a discarded piece of bark. And now Riley Lee is going to follow Jack Lumber to the outside, not content with a count out of sorts. And meanwhile, jaw-jacking our audience at ringside once again. Riley Lee making it very clear that that young lady is certainly not their type. And well, that's up for debate as to whether that should be the case or not, ladies and gentlemen. None of my business, frankly. And now, pinfall attempt. It's taking quite a while, though, to get it. Oh, boy, Riley is red hot. A referee, Matt Wilson, just a 1 count. That's what happens, I guess, when you take too long on the outside. Jack Lumber had plenty of time to regain some of the gas tank and kick out, but Jack Lumber still a lot worse for wear since that kick. Could have a concussion for all we know. Looks to be completely rocking and rolling in the middle of the ring. And speaking of which, he's able to counter with a stunning spine on the pine. A spine buster right in the center of the ring, and Riley Lee came crashing right down to earth with a plum, courtesy of the Axeman himself, Jack Lumber. Now referee Matt Wilson beginning the double count, of course, with both men down, and now both men back up to their feet, and Riley Lee with a shivering forearm. Once again, they really do have a real hold on how to deliver a vicious strike in professional wrestling. Nobody strikes quite like Riley Lee, but the Axeman himself, Jack Lumber, he's no slouch to swinging. Riley Lee asking for a little break there. Now, both of these individuals looking to really assert themselves, but it's Riley Lee once again who, dare I say, has the advantage when it comes to striking. Apparently not there though. That knife edge chop connected with all his mighty power. And now Jack Lumber looking to build momentum at the expense of Riley Lee, looking to chop down the tree of Lee. And Riley Lee is now in serious shot. Oh, look out. I think Jack Lumber. Well, Jack Lumber says it's time to chop some wood, and here come the double axe handles, the flurry of offense to the back of Riley Lee. And now looking to build up more momentum, and a huge double axe handle to finish things with a plum. And Jack Lumber could potentially now be looking to apply the woodcutter finish to his work for the afternoon. It's a stunning debut, it has to be said, for Jack Lumber, who's given a great account of himself. Roaring elbow in the corner. Timber indeed, and Riley Lee just caves under the pressure of the offensive Jack Lumber. Oh, wow. I tell you what, just a hair away from a free count was Jack Lumber. Well, Jack Lumber, I think, is definitely looking to finish this. He's asking the audience, should I finish it? Looking for his patented woodcutter. Now motioning for it, as you can see, and Riley Lee, worse for wear, no idea where they are, but able to counter. Lovely super kick with ease, and again catches Jack Lumber coming in, almost a modified super kick with the lariat version there, leg lariat, and just a 2 count once again. But those educated feet are able to get Riley Lee out of every kind of jam possible, but they have not been able to apply a 3 count yet. Jack Lumber is utterly resilient in his need to impress here in his debut at Rumble Wrestling, and he's not going to give up a win in this 1-fall to a finish singles match without the greatest of fights. And now Riley Lee with I think potentially might have been looking for a backslide, and now the counter from Jack Lumber gets caught once again coming in. Another stiff, beautiful kick like an assassin, and now the gory backpack stunner. The gory special backpack from Riley Lee. Pinfall attempt could be enough. And oh man, I think Jack Lumber was really favouring his head there. Once again had his dome rocked by Riley Lee, but was somehow able to escape. Riley Lee has thrown everything they can handle at Jack Lumber, and yet somehow it's still not been enough to dispatch Mr. Woodcutter himself, the lumberjack of professional wrestling that is Jack Lumber. And now the kicks once again going back to what they do best. Riley Lee, that's what brought them to the dance, and a stiff roundhouse kick around the head. And my God, how many blows to the head can Jack Lumber possibly take? It looks to be completely out cold, and Riley Lee, I think, has realised that. Well, heads to the centre of the ring, and Jack Lumber is in serious trouble, completely out on his feet. And I think we might be, oh, look out, maybe a potential, oh, look out, Woodcutter, absolutely out of nowhere. Woodcutter strikes like lightning, and just like that, Jack Lumber has just beaten Riley Lee, who was in firm control. And somehow Jack Lumber gets out of dodge with a win in his debut match here at Rumble. What a stunning turn of events when you consider that Riley Lee was in full control of this match.
Jack Lumber!